You won't believe what archaeologists found when they opened the tomb of Jesus. But before you see what was inside, you need to understand what was lost. For centuries, the tomb was sealed in silence. In 2016, a team of scientists was granted rare access to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, the site believed to hold the body of Jesus Christ. Layer by layer, they removed stone, marble, and dust until they reached the ancient limestone slab. What they found inside would leave even the most hardened skeptic speechless. But to understand it, you have to understand the crown. Because before there was a tomb, there was a throne. God didn't just create man, He crowned him. Genesis 1:26 says, "Let us make man in our image, and let them have dominion over all the earth." Psalm 8:6 confirms it. "You made him ruler over the works of your hands. You put everything under his feet." Man didn't earn dominion, he inherited it. The authority of heaven was placed in the hands of Adam. But in the kingdom, there's a hidden law. Whoever you submit to becomes your master. And Satan didn't need to destroy man. He only needed one thing to own him. He didn't shout. He whispered. Genesis 3:01 says, "Now the serpent was more cunning, and he said to the woman, 'Has God indeed said?'" The trap wasn't in the fruit, it was in the voice she followed. The moment Eve listened, everything shifted. She didn't just take a bite, she made a transfer. Romans 6:16 says, "You are slaves of the one you obey," and in a single act of submission, authority was handed over. Lamentations 5:16 says, "The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned." Adam didn't just sin, he signed over the kingdom. And Satan didn't just lie, he became the legal ruler of earth. That's why he could offer Jesus the nations of the world, because he had them legally. But what if I told you God planned to take it all back, without breaking a single law? If Satan stole it through submission, God would reclaim it the same way. He wouldn't steal the crown, he'd win it back through justice. But the crown belonged to a man, and only a man could take it back. So God wrapped himself in flesh, fully God, fully man, fully sinless. But what if the cross wasn't a tragedy, but a trap? While Satan plotted death, heaven was preparing resurrection. The moment the nails hit, the trap snapped shut, and the enemy walked straight into the courtroom of God. When Satan killed Jesus, he wasn't breaking God's plan, he was fulfilling it. Jesus stayed silent, let darkness rejoice. But the silence was strategic. 1 Corinthians 2:8 says, "If they had known, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory." Hell celebrated, not knowing they had just activated heaven's plan. Colossians 2:15 says, "Having spoiled principalities and powers, he made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them at the cross." What looked like loss was actually legal victory. The crucifixion wasn't chaos, it was a courtroom. And when Satan struck, he submitted. The serpent bit, but in doing so, he lost everything, and now it was time. Time for the tomb to speak. So what did they actually find inside the tomb of Jesus? The slab was uncovered, the world held its breath. Would there be bones? DNA? Evidence of death? What they found was louder than 1,000 scrolls. Matthew 28:6 says, "He is not here, for he is risen as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay." It was completely empty. No body, no blood, no remains, only a silent stone bed, marking the legal defeat of hell. The tomb wasn't just empty by power, it was empty by design. Because Jesus didn't rise alone, he rose carrying something. He rose with dominion. Romans 5:17 says, "Those who receive shall reign in life through Jesus Christ." The crown was reclaimed, the kingdom was restored, and the throne was reopened. And Jesus extended the invitation to you. This moment didn't echo through time, it rewrote eternity. And now there's only one question left. Will you wear the crown? Revelation 3:21 says, "To him who overcomes, I will give the right to sit with me on my throne." The tomb is empty, the throne is open, and the invitation is real. You're not just called to believe, you're called to reign. But an inheritance means nothing until someone claims it. If this didn't just move you, but convicted you, subscribe now and watch the next video to uncover the supernatural power of the blood of Jesus and the eternal inheritance you're either walking in or walking away from.